Hey everyone, yes, this is my wrap up for 2025. I'm going to go over some stats, look at my most popular content over the last year, and talk about my goals for the channel for 2026. So just quickly, some reading stats. I read roughly 35 books total in 2025. There were some other short stories and things, but roughly it was about 14,000 pages in total. Of those books, 20 were fantasy, 10 were sci-fi, and then there were some other ones chucked in there. In terms of book series, I finished 4. I finished the 2001 series, I finished the Dirk Gently series, I finished the Chronicles of Prydain, and I finished the His Dark Materials series. I also started one series, the Immortal Investigations, and I continued about 12 series. Here they are in rapid fire. Draenei Saga by David Gemmell, Red War series by Brian Jakes, How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell, Famous 5 by Enid Blyton, Biggles by Captain W.E. Johns, History of Middle-earth by Tolkien, Fighting Fantasy by Jackson and Livingston, Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, Serpent War Saga by Raymond D. Feist, Live Ship Traders by Robin Hobb, Culture series by Ian M. Banks, Baroque Cycle by Neil Stephenson. Yep. What was the longest book I read? It was The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. This one is 1,030 pages. There were a few other books I read that were getting up there. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, Live Ship Traders, and The Confusion by Neil Stephenson. That one is about 800 pages, but they're big pages. So it's probably got a higher word count, actually. What was my most surprising book? I don't think there was anything particularly surprising. I mean, I really enjoyed a bunch of books, but I kind of thought that I would enjoy them. Like, I enjoy Raymond D. Feist and I enjoy Arthur C. Clarke, so yes, 3001 was fantastic. Wasn't a big surprise. Now, what was my biggest disappointment? Well, I could say maybe Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I really wanted to enjoy that one. It was okay. I gave it 4 stars. The Amber Spyglass, that was just like so preachy at the end, but really my biggest disappointment, because I had such high hopes for it, was Neil Stephenson's The Confusion, because I really like Neil Stephenson, but I could only give this one 3 stars. Really hoping that the third book brings it home. New authors. 4 new authors? 4 new authors? New authors in 2025. This is a bit tricky, really. I mean, there's the Lexington Letter. I mean, that doesn't count. Berserker, that was a comic. Keanu Reeves and Matt Kint. I'm not going to count that. And then there's John Marcoma, Live No Lies. I guess that's a new author to me. Really, the only new author was Michael Cronk, The Immortal Investigation. Maybe I just not even talk about that. In terms of my star ratings, my average star rating was pretty good. I mean, I only had 2 3-star books and nothing below 3 stars. That's a pretty good outcome. What have I learnt about my reading? Well, one thing I've figured out is that endings have a big influence on my star rating. If a book has a really good ending, it can definitely elevate my star rating up. I remember reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and it's like the last chapter, the last page was just like so perfect that I thought, yes, this is a 5-star book. And on the other hand, something like Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, it was an enjoyable book, but it just didn't go anywhere. And it's like, oh, it's great and all to come up with cool ideas, but if you can't end a book very well, that's just disappointing. Now on to some channel stats. Well, current subscribers as I am recording this video stand at 1,906. At the beginning of 2025 I was at 1,200, and by the end of the year I was up to 1,800, so 600 subscribers in the course of the year. I had 40,000 views and 1,500 watch hours. Now, my watch hours, they're not huge. I don't pad out my videos. Basically, I don't want to waste people's time. I want to provide something that is like entertaining and worthwhile. Now, let's look at my most popular content that I published in 2025. And discounting shorts, just long form content, the #1 top was 26 must-read books in 2026, standing at 3,600 views. Obviously, people enjoy looking forward to what is to come. Coming in at #2 was my review of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, standing at 3,100 views. And I think I nailed the thumbnail for that one. If you do a Google for Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, my video actually comes up near the top. And it's kind of a negative video, so unfortunately that's what people click on. They click on negative stuff, even though I have said I did enjoy the book. Coming in at number 3 is my Reading Every Fighting Fantasy, the intro video that has 3,000 views. Obviously there is a certain niche that enjoy fighting fantasy books, and I'm here to serve them. My next most popular is Top 10 Reads of 2024, standing at 1,300 views. Obviously it's a top 10. People enjoy top 10s. No surprises there. But my next most popular one was Fantasties, the review of Fantasties that had 1,100 views. And it's good to see that people are interested in something that is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's obscure. It is the first fantasy book, but yeah, I don't think many people have read this book. So those are my top 5 videos from the last year. Now my goals for the channel in 2026. Basically it's going to stay exactly the same. I think doing quarterly TBRs and then summing up those quarters is working for me. Doing them monthly, I'd feel too frantic. And I don't read fast enough to, I think, make it worthwhile. I'm not going to start doing weekly updates. I do find them interesting sometimes, depending on the booktuber that is doing them, but I don't think I have enough to say to make that worthwhile, and it's quite a big time commitment. I'm going to continue doing book reviews. I think I've struck on something. People generally say that book reviews don't do well, but I've found actually some of my book reviews do quite well, especially over the long term, and that's what I'm more interested in creating on my channel. I'm interested in creating evergreen content, and I'm trying to make my reviews a bit more interesting by having the critic and the postman, just making it a bit more entertaining than a regular book review. So I think that finally wraps up all my 2025 content. If you're one of my new subscribers, welcome to Zombocom. If you're one of those new subscribers, welcome. Leave a comment. I love comments. I respond to all of them, so leave copious amounts of comments. And I hope you enjoy my videos in the coming year. See you in the next video.